Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to another episode. We are off to round 2 here in the playoffs after knocking off the Florida Panthers. Of course, you would have already seen our stats at the end of the last episode. But good stuff. Pretty much across the board. Palat, Hischier, Pastrnak. Of course, we added, the change to that line. Palat getting the boost up worked out well. I'm overly ecstatic, really, about the forwards, the defense. Again, Filip Hronek needs to be a little bit better. And then, of course, the man of the hour in round 1. I had 17 different pronunciations thrown at me. Went to elite prospects as well. Lukáš Parík is apparent. I've heard Parik. I've heard Parzík. Like the R, technically, if it was spelled properly, has the little accent over it that kind of makes it sound like a Z or a Z, depending on where you're from. I'm probably just going to go with Parik for this series, but hey, yes, I put in the effort to try and get the proper pronunciation down. We're going to go with Parik for the rest of this, and it's probably going to be Lucas over Lukáš, okay? So hey, it is what it is. But we're trying, and the bottom line is, again, he's the man of the hour. He was absolutely fantastic against the Florida Panthers, and if he can continue that against the Buffalo Sabres, well, then good things are going to happen. And funny enough, we have home ice advantage in this matchup. They were in horrible form heading into the playoffs, but they still find themselves in round number 2. And this is the team, hilariously enough, Dylan Larkin, Jack Eichel, and Brian Rust. Larkin with 20 penalty minutes in a 7-game series, 8 points, 12 points for Jack Eichel, and 6 points for Brian Rust. That's problematic. Second line, Casey Mittelstadt, Sam Reinhart, and Dylan Cousins. Again, cannot wait for NHL 22 to drop. We get some roster editing back in there. Yeah, and we get to have Samson Reinhart on the Florida Panthers. Third line, Anders Bjork, Bruins legend. Alex Wenberg is there, and Tage Thompson. And a fourth line of Drake Caggiula, Nick Waugh, and Blake Como. Needless to say, we have a better offense, which is shocking. Defensively, we don't have a better defense, though, do we? Rasmus Dahlin with Philadelphia Flyer legend Rasmus Ristolainen. Second pair of Antti Rask, because Rask even. We're going to go with Rask because you don't have enough Swedes and Finns on this team. Henri Jokiharju there as well. And the third pair, Mattias Samuelsson with Colin Miller. Good old chiller. The goaltender is, of course, 17 Ks, couple of U's. It's Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen with Jaroslav Halak as the backup. Luukkonen struggled in round 1. Okposo, Laaksonen, and poor Jeff Skinner. Oh, poor Jeffrey. He played 6 games, too, in round 1, and they scratched him. Poor guy. Oh, man. So heading into this matchup, anything's possible here, as crazy as that is. Again, 96, 85, 80 against 91, 91, and an 85. So we don't match up horribly. But it's tough to say. I mean, they have Jack Eichel, we have Pastrnak. We got a lot of good players. They got a lot of good players. Let's see what happens. Damn it, let's see what happens. First period of game number 1. And it's a 2-1 lead for the Sabres. Wenberg and Como score first. However, it is one Nico Hischier who gets a goal back. Second period, goal apiece. Casey Mittelstadt made it 3-1. Hischier scores again on the power play. And now we go to the third. It is a 1-goal game. We have been trailing the whole way. The whole way, but can we find this goal to tie it? That is the question, and it's looking a bit shaky. Power play chance here? No. I don't think we're going to get it at this point. Luukkonen is going to shut the door, isn't he? Yes, he is. So 3-2 final. Sabres take game 1 on the road. A great effort from Nico Hischier, but Luukkonen is able to get the job done, shut the door, and that's that. Game 1 in the books. Don't blame Parks for that one. I mean, solid effort, only 3 goals against. It's just we couldn't find those extra goals. Game 2, if the goal scoring issues continue, we might have to look at the lineup. First period, scoreless, 14 shots to 4. We outshot them pretty heavily in the first period of Game 1 as well. Second period, opening goal goes to Buffalo, Dylan Larkin. Our offense right now is really strugglesome. Struggling. Cumbersome. Colin Miller scores on the power play. It's now 2-0, an extended power play at that, and that is going to do it. The offense has gone cold. Vrana scores with 30 seconds left, and again, it's too little too late. We lose by 1 goal. Yet again, the 2 goaltenders standing out the most, and indeed, as we head to Buffalo now in an 0-2 hole, we're going to have to look at lineup changes. And I know that some people don't stand by kind of making drastic changes like that. And I mean, yeah, Parch, he's still just crushing it. But lineup changes, I'd say, here are necessary. Hronik hasn't really turned it around. The third pair hasn't been great. If there's any way for me to get Yannick Weber out of the lineup, that would be great. Obviously, there are other defensemen I'd still love to get, but we just haven't been able to. But right now, he is just not getting it done. And the idea is an offensive defenseman like Sekera, who lost his spot, or a two-way defender like Martin Marincin, or the young Jakob Galvas. And I got to be honest, we're going to give the youngster the opportunity. I mean, he's 23. He's a youngster compared to most of the veterans that we have on the team. But if he fits, we will give him a spot, and he's at least not a negative. And yeah, we really need to figure something out. So we'll put him with Gudis, Galvas and Gudis. Again, Sider and Kempney have been fine. We'll put Dodonov with Hronik and see if that can do anything. And then forward-wise, Palat has just 3 points. Oof. You know, we might have to take inventory here a little bit on kind of how these players are doing and optimize it based on performance. So Palat has not done all that well, whereas Nico has been our best forward. No denying that. Pasternak still without a goal, but 9 assists, and he does seem to be working pretty well with Nico. Philip Hedel at this point, also looking pretty good, combining the points and the plus-minus. Of course, Tim Stützle not doing that bad either. Martin Necas, all right, it's starting to drop a little bit. Semyonov hasn't been amazing, and it could raise the question of where exactly he should be, if he should still be on this team, or maybe send him down for someone else, and maybe that would allow somebody else to kind of take over a little bit and then call him back up. Could stunt his growth, though, so maybe not. Vrana has been doing about as well as Hurdle, for being honest. The Niederreiter is kind of in the same boat. Tomasz Nosek with 2 points to the stage, and Martin Kaut with 3. So my thought here is if I were to play players based off of how they've done, that would be our 4th line. If we drop down Semyonov, we put Martin Kaut there instead. I don't think I want to drop Semyonov, so we're going to go with that. And then it would be Kaut with Niederreiter. A combination of Niederreiter, Hurdle, Vrana. Basically, whatever works better. And then the second line, Necas and Stützle are definitely there. So the best combination is Tomasz Hurdle staying on the second line. So we're going to go for this. Again, it's not a foolproof formula here, but we need to try and do whatever the heck we can to make this work out. And we're going to go with Martin Kaut at center. He doesn't have the best face-offs in the world. We'll run, let's go Stützle, Hurdle, Necas, and then Hedel will get the chance with Nico and Pasternak. So some risky moves, but again, I view it as us just kind of throwing something at the wall and seeing what sticks. I get that we're changing the formula for what got us through that first round victory, but we have 3 goals in the first 2 games, and that's simply not good enough. First period of Game 3 on the road. There we go. Pure luck. I know. Pure luck. But it did happen after the lineup changes. Heischer gets a goal, Niederreiter, Nosek, and Moritz Seider, one of the very few, if not the only goal we've seen from a defenseman so far in the playoffs. 4-0 as Luukkonen gets pulled. Second period, now 5-1. Jakub Vrana scores, as does Dylan Cousins. And third period, it stays at 5-1. So whether or not it was pure luck, which let's be honest, it likely was, or an actual effect of the lineup changes, we got a much better result. 5-1, scoring more goals there than we had in the series to that point. And it sets the stage for this game 4, where it's either we're tying this series or we're down 3-1. Pretty big game, to say the least. First period, 2 goals apiece. Filipino and Semyonov, but Larkin and Eichel strike back. Second period, and Buffalo takes the lead. Colin Miller, have yourself a series. He scores shorthanded. We have an early power play opportunity here that goes to waste, but we do tie it. Who else would it be but Nico Hischier? He has been unbelievable on the power play there. We're halfway through the third. Power play chance for Buffalo. Can we kill it? Yes, we can. 4.5. Next goal is going to win. Are we going to have to wait until OT? Yes, we are. We're not going to jump in. Who wins it? In overtime, Buffalo. 11 seconds in. It's Rasmus Ristolainen. The Sabres have a 3-1 series lead here. And that just might do it, unfortunately. Galvis, those penalty minutes would have been combined. Ronick's done better. Park's down to a 9:45. We're going to go for it. We'll stick with them. It's game number 5. We need to win 3 in a row to stave off elimination and move on to the conference final. I still say, playing with house money. Shouldn't have made the playoffs. We did. And now who knows how often we can do just that. First period, goalless. Second period, Buffalo has the lead. Jack Eichel on the power play. So here we are. It comes down to this. Third period of game number 5. Are the Sabres going to win this series right here and right now? Andre Palat scores. First time, I believe, since game 7 of the first round. Welcome back, Andre. Nico Hischier scores again. Cousins gets it back. Next goal wins season on the line. Overtime on home ice. Can we win it? Please. Power play. Come on, boys. You got to win it right here. You got to win it. That's a bad situation to be in. 8 minutes to go in the OT. Power play again. And the Buffalo Sabres end it. Casey Middlestat. We fought so damn hard, but Luukkonen makes 50 damn saves, and we get bounced in 5 in round number 2. Still an incredible season, and I could wax poetic about it for a while, but let's not. Let's call it what it is. We lose in round 2, but needless to say, a lot more optimism heading into this offseason than in the prior, even with the draft picks that we gave up. I'll take a look at the team stats and everything at the start of the next episode to give us more talking points. You look at who's available there. The answer is nobody. So it's probably a good thing that we have this team pretty much locked in. Okay, maybe not as much optimism as I wanted.